Oh God, we're live. Uh-oh. How's everybody doing? Happy Sunday, everybody.
There you are.
I missed you, and I miss my dad. And
Yeah.
I love you guys. I really do. This group, man. This group, it is, Dad. It's the gold nuggets. It's the keys. It's the...
Yeah, they're good folks.
So excited to be a doer of it more in my life going forward and sharing that with all of you. This is exciting. You know, a lot of what you discussed, Dad, and I love it because you are a macro and you go all over, and I loved your video yesterday. I love the Thursday, and it's cool because you get a little bit of what's going on in the world and the temperature, but it's also like, how are we creating income streams, and how are we looking inward at ourselves and our life and what's really important to us. And it's what can you do with just one more income stream in your life, and how do we get not just disciplined enough, but how do we kind of help each other get into that and do that. And I have a group. I've helped build a group that is helping me do that, and in a lot of ways I've been kind of incapable through like habits and my own disciplines and how busy I am building like careers and like doing all these other things to really sit and analyze and try to just be Simon about it. But I have Simon, and I have you, and I have this group, and it's such a, it still to this day, it builds the excitement of like, oh yeah, no, I want to do that. And it's like, it's on all the lists that I make. And it's like, what can I do this week? And that's what I've been working on the last couple of weeks, guys. It's like, what are the moves and the steps that I can make to really dial stuff in with my career, dial stuff in with my investments? What can I research and understand better so that I can protect my money? So that I can understand taxes, so that I can understand, what my dad's been preaching to me for 15, 20 years, which is like finding ways to build compound interest on what you are invested in. It's, I thank you all. Thank you all for keeping me engaged and locked into it, and to a greater degree than I've ever really focused on it. It was fun to be the guy in the beginning when the light bulb goes off and you're like, dude, crypto's going to stay, man. This thing's going to be huge. This, depending on how humans use it, man, it's going to be used in all forms. It's going to be all of it. Yeah. And it's going to absorb all of it. And that's so exciting. But then it's like, okay, what's step one? What's step two? What's step three? How do I use it? How do I transact with it? How do I earn a monthly, yearly life income from how I use it? That's
a wrap, folks. That's good morning. We just did the whole show.
That's our show today, everybody.
Are you wound up or what, Brent? I love it.
Yeah. Well, that was a really, our talk beforehand really got me fired up too, man. I'm trying to work on what's important in my life, and it's family and friends first. It just is. It's just what I am, and then it's like this stuff, and like my health, and like refining my spirituality and what I feel like we all are, and not being that, as we were just talking about, Dad, that stagnant pond of ideas, but receiving the ideas, letting those ideas flow, not being judgmental or closed off, door slam shut in my house, in my mind, but like leaving those doors open and letting those ideas just come through, walk through my house and flow.
Yeah.
And
first of all, good morning, son.
oh, good morning, Dad. How are you?
Man, I love when you're fired up. I love it.
I Allen. Yeah. I just Allened right there.
It's the Allen coming at you. I'm doing great. I'm having a lovely morning here. Got to play with the puppies a little bit. We still have 3 puppies left. 1 we're keeping, 2 are going to school. Just an update on the pups. We are having a beautiful little fall, kind of almost a fall feel to our weather the last couple of days. That's kind of nice. Getting out of the summer a bit. I'm building a deck, so Russ never sleeps. Let's see. Really excited about a lot of monetary things that are going on for our nation and for the world. I'm really excited about, it seems like, it almost seems to me like on a global picture that everybody is being forced to come to what we know and what we own, which is kind of what my video yesterday was about. I'm really excited about that. Going to Atlantic Living's question up there, which is pretty amazing. Yes. Yes. It's
this one. Let's see.
He's on a 10K run.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, good for you, bro. I don't know where you're at. No, he's Canada for sure, but I think he's East Coast. Yeah, Nova Scotia, I want to say. Sorry, I should know that.
That sounds right.
Yeah, I think he is.
I just started running again, Atlantic. It's probably where all this energy is coming from.
Yeah.
Good for you, bro. Enjoy it.
Since Claire asked essentially the same question, how do I get into this? We have a opportunity going forward, as you guys know, since I've been on this channel, but since I've been 12, I'm trying to find an income stream that anybody and everybody can do. The difficult part has always been AMMs are not the easiest thing to understand. And even though the gal who was up in the 10 finalists at the XRP show, her format or platform was making it easier for everybody to trade DEXs, they still are tricky. I mean, I don't want to be that guy. It's like you got to be on a screen and dealing with it. So I've been looking for a push and play, invest, let it do its thing, and walk away. And at the end of the week, oh, look, I made $100 or I made $1,000, whatever it may be. And it's a long story short to tell you that I've listened to no less than a dozen, I'd say more like 25 different sales pitches on this bot over that bot. And in fact, I even have 2 or 3 people that are running bots for us on the sideline. And then I have 2 or 3 other people that are like, okay, I'm going to master this DeFi thing, and then I'm going to teach everybody in the crew how to do it, Alan. I'm doing that for the team. So we even have 2 or 3 of those people going out there. I have a product that we're going to have on my Thursday live stream, my Trust Your Exit. And Thursday night show, I'm going to introduce a couple of people that are in the leading role of what I would consider the answer to Atlantic's question, which is, how do I get out of my job? How do I make a monthly income? How do I, and by 2026, is that even capable? Am I capable of doing that, Alan? Is that a possibility in my lifetime or within a year? And I'm going to say, depending on how much money you could put forward to put to work for yourself, I would say yes. And depending on what your monthly expenses are, how frugal you want to live, where do you want to live, and all those kind of things. So there's a lot of, just like investing, when somebody says, well, how much XRP should I have? It's like, how old are you? Where do you live? What are your expenses? What are your financial obligations? What do what's your pension? What's your what's your mortgage? What's it like? How much do you own your home? There's too many questions to be answered. This is going to be more of a cut and dried product. This is going to be, you put in this much money, essentially this is how much you're going to make roughly, okay, depending on the market and the time. That's it. Set it, forget it, go on with your day, go fishing, play some golf, pet the dog. If you're Becky, make meatloaf, or whatever, and do your thing. So I don't think I answered it fully, because over the next weeks to come, we are going to deep dive into that product. We're going to explain what it is, how it works, why it works, and whether or not you think it works for you is your decision to make. Okay? Not Alan's. Alan isn't telling the crew, you better do this or else, or it's my financial opinion that you should be doing this. I'm just telling you what I'm going to use, how I'm going to generate my monthly income and my wealth, and the way I do it. And I've been pretty forthright about that, sort of. I tell the coins I own, but I have a lot of things in the background, obviously, that I can't talk about, that are other subjects outside of this channel's reach. So I don't talk about those other things, and there are things that if I could bring the public in on those opportunities, I would do that, but I'm not in a position to do that. So until I am, I can't. So hope that makes sense to everybody. But people like, I'm just going to say this because I know a few of you, Northern Living, people like Crypto Professor, in particular, those two that I see on the screen right now. This tool that's coming our way is going to change those two lives for sure. Because I know that I know your situation. I don't know your finances, but I know your situation, and Becky as well. And, there's a lot of people, and Claire, obviously.
Sam.
Claire. Yeah.
Wayne.
Man. Both Waynes. Yeah.
This one's going to be really exciting to get into and to share.
Yeah.
I'm in a 24-hour period. My dad got me really jacked on it. So yeah, that's kind of the promise that we said we do, with this. And that's, not our advice for you to do, but we're going to share with you how we do it. And that's going to be exciting. We got some good time.
I will say, this product, of the said 25 sales pitches I've had, I sat down for 4 hours with a group that tried to sell me a $15,000 robot. And man, I'm even going to give you one for free, Alan. And all you got to do is sell this to your people. And at the end of it, I was like, well, why is it taking this trade or that trade or these trades over here and this trade? What's its money management skills? And what are the numbers behind these money management skills? And then they would fail on every answer. It was just a bunch of kids that program something. And I'm like, no, man, I'm out. I'm sorry. We're not doing it like that. I will tell you, as Brent remembers, I spent well over a decade of my life trying to master Forex trading. I learned a lot about trading. I learned a lot about cycles. and I learned a lot about price structure. But the biggest thing I knew that I didn't learn or didn't know well was money management. I don't care what trade it picks or where it buys or where it sells. How does it manage your money?
Yeah.
And if it's not doing that, you're losing money, period. So this guy with this product is all aces on that front so far. So more research to do.
Love, Dad. We're gonna toss it over to our ranch real quick. Becky and her daughter and family are in Missoula. Prayers and good energy and thoughts and love to our Becky and her family, and that prayer will be continued definitely by me, Becky, for a healthy daughter and healthy baby to come. Yeah, wish the best for you all. I think the best is coming.
I gotta power down my phone. People are blowing me up. Don't you people watch the show?
The crew is strong. Yes.
Yeah, I'll let you.
Yes,
Atlantic Living. I'll let you do your own math on that question. I'm just going to say that it's going to produce somewhere between 5 and 10% a month.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean it could have a month where it produces zero? Yeah, that's a possibility. So it's not likely, but it's going to be somewhere around 5. I think you can pretty much guarantee on, not guarantee, but 5% a month on your money. So I don't know, to create 75 grand, you're going to need whatever that is. What is that? 100 grand invested, traded.
Like I heard you explain in one of your videos, Dad, is, when you, let's say it, whatever it needs to do, like if it averages 8.5, like if you can get an 8.5 monthly, something like that, you're doubling your investment over the course of the year. So that would be good.
Compounding, it's lower, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Compounding. Kenny did a bunch of, right here's XRP Renegade, better known as Kenny. My brother Kenny just sent me something the other day, and looked like he was up all night with. And I think he said at 7%, gosh, don't quote me, 225,000, 100,000 produces a year, something like that. No, 100 grand turns into 225,000 at compounded monthly at 7%. So compounding is really, when I spent that decade studying bots and trading programs and trading solutions and investing with traders and investing your money with a trader and having him produce money for you, the biggest thing I learned was what you really want to do is you want to make sure that half of the money that you earn every single month, even if it's $50 or if it's $5,000, half of that money stays in the account. Therefore, you're compounding. I went over this last Thursday night. That means that every month of your life, you get a pay raise. Every month, your income goes up at 50%, because the other 50 is earning more for the following next month. So you're compounding 50% more than the previous month. When you understand compounding, it's so hard to understand. It's like trying to understand a whole new language. It's powerful. It's not as hard as exponential. When you try to understand exponential, you can't. The human brain cannot conceive it.
I'm not good at it.
Yeah.
That's about the point in math, Dad, where the glue and the erasers became more appetizing.
That's right.
But it's cool.
Yeah.
It is cool.
Yeah, there he goes. $100,000 compounded 7% at 24 months is over $500,000. Yeah. So what you're trying to do is you work the math back, just like Atlantic Living did. We're going to go over all this stuff in detail with almost every Thursday night show I do, pretty much going forward. So that's not really what today's show is about. Let's not get stuck on this deal. But if you just work the math back from like, okay, I need to earn $75,000 a year, work the math back and say, okay, well, that requires if I'm going to make 100% of my money a year, which 7% roughly is 100% of your money back at the end of the year, right? 12 times 7, right? So I'm going to need 100 grand to make 100 grand. 75 grand to make 75 grand, roughly. Okay. Very rough. But for those of us that have been stacking crypto for the last 2, 3, 5 years, that's not a lot of money anymore. Because if you were stacking, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, and you've got 20, 30,000 XRP and they're now worth $3 a piece, you're kind of in that ballpark. You're very much in that ballpark. That's not to say your 401k. That's not to say other income. I think if I'm correct about what this thing is powerful enough to change lives, which I believe it is at this point, but we'll have to prove it out over time, that I think what you're going to do is try and find a way to sell a kidney or get a side hustle, or because the more you put in the bot or the trading platform or whatever you want to call this thing, the more it produces every month for you. And that's where the power of this whole thing is. And do I think it's bigger than crypto? No. Do I think it's a better tool than crypto? No. Do I think it's a tool that will change more lives on a month-to-month basis? I do. And the reason why I say that is this. If somebody told you can make 75 grand a year, every year of your life, only it's going to go to the following year will be 130 grand. And then the year after that, it'll be 180 grand. And then the year after that, it'll be 200 grand. And every year you get that kind of a pay raise the rest of your life. A lot of people would really sign up for that. That's what this tool is. And it's very difficult for you to, the hardest part, I talk about this on the channel all the time. The hardest part about XRP or crypto is, when do I sell it? Shoot, Alan, it's at $100. I'm worth $3 million now. Oh my God, what do I do? Well, how do you live off of $3 million? That's when it gets really tricky. Well, when you got $3 million, you're like, well, wait a minute. If I put $1 million of it into something like this, I don't have to tell you, you're making a whole lot of money.
Yeah.
Making whatever that is, $70K a month, right?
Kenny just sent me the math breakdown of that. The 100 grand you guys are talking about. In 24 months, 5x.
So,
and like to your point, Dad, I think it's in a way mentally it's just a little more autopilot. It's a little more steady stream. It can get a little nerve-wracking being at the wheel. We all know this, at the end of a run. And I agree with you, Dad. I think that's changing I mean, we've talked about that a lot, you know, just with coming adoption and all the other things that cycle. And yeah, like, I don't think there's going to be crashes like there's been. Are there going to be big spikes like there've been? Probably. I mean, maybe even bigger. But, and yes, there'll be corrections, just like there have been that we've seen in the last couple of weeks. But as this thing gets more legs, and this thing is Price is Right yodeler up the mountain, the mountain never ends. This mountain never ends. You know, money never stops. So, dude,
there you go.
And yeah, a consistent stream of income versus and something that is doing it for you automatically. That's the thing that you taught me years ago, Dad. It was like, if you can get a bot running it, like you were teaching me Forex, you know, 12 years ago, and we're doing it on the board, and you and I are geeking out. It's like golden goose. We've got the golden goose here. That's what we called it. And what I love, and you know, the vision in it is like, well, if you're going to sit down and you're going to trade all day, you're still creating yourself a 3-hour, 4-hour a day job. And you got to have this discipline, and you got to have all the tools in your head and the rules that you're going to live by. And it takes a crazy amount of focus to day trade. I think if I had enough of a chunk of money, maybe I could have been that guy. But I'm so glad that we're here now. And it's like the bot thingy, as Claire was saying, you know, let's test these things. Let's work with them. And then let's run something like that. And try to get these numbers coming in every month.
I've had this discussion.
Why would you do it through the banks? Why would you do it through? It's not going to be bonds and treasuries like you've been talking about, man. It's just not. It's not. 5%. We're toast. We're extra crispy at 5%.
Yeah. The thing for me that I've really, I thankfully, 2 decades ago, I wanted to become a trader, and then crypto came along, right? And thank God for crypto. It's enabled me to be like a decade or 2 ahead of everybody else. And I'm not trying to say I'm smarter than anybody else on the trading platform. I don't mean it like that. I mean, I went through a decade or longer than a decade of learning of what that meant to one's life, and what that meant to the quality of your life, and how hard it is. And even 20 years ago, programming and algorithms were crushing the market. Like Wall Street, I don't know if you noticed, there used to be these guys that, you know, they had the tape, and they were like, hey, I'll take 15 of these and I'll take 50 contracts on the trading floor. That's not there anymore. That's gone.
Yeah.
It's all gone on a pipeline to New Jersey. Okay. And it's just computer banks. That's what you're trading against. So in the last 8 years that I've been in crypto, I keep hearing people, I'm going to learn how to be a trader. I have a good friend of ours, very well, Brent Miguel. It's like, I'm going to go to a school in New York to learn how to trade, Alan, for 6 months. And I was like, okay, have you heard of AI? Yeah. So you're going to compete with AI, and you're going to stay up all night? Like, what are you going to do? Why are you doing that to your eyes, to your psyche? What trading does to you when you have a bad day or a bad week or a bad month, what it does mentally to you is very challenging for the average person. The average person is not equipped emotionally to deal with all of that. You want something very sterile. You want a human being with no personality to be your trader. And this is something I got the education of 20 years ago. And thankfully I did, because I wasn't tempted in, well, if you just come to my school, I'll teach you how to trade. And it's like, no, man, it's bigger than that. And if you don't understand that, you're the sucker at the card table. That's what you are. And I got that, and I understood that. So what I've been doing ever since with crypto is trying to find the avenue in which to make trading or profitability or making money with money stupid simple. That's my goal. That's my goal, because the amount of people that I know that have lost $100,000 and $200,000 because they had a fat finger and they pushed the wrong button and it's poof, it's gone, is unacceptable for me with crypto. That's the part I don't like about crypto. Or they have a senior moment, or they're in a hospital bed, for God's sakes. I know that story too well. I know 2 people, 3 people now, that were at a weakest point of their lives, and they were taken advantage of by some bot or some scammer. We got to get away from that. And and having all your family's wealth on something that looks like a keychain, I don't know, man. That's risky too. Ledger, I mean, I don't get me wrong. They've had a great success story, but there's a lot about generational wealth of self-storage is a great thing. Don't get me wrong. But it's not the avenue, the income avenue monthly stream that you need to, because what are you going to, okay, let's think about this. When you start making $20 and $30 and $40,000 a month, what are you really going to spend that on? You're going to buy crypto with it, right? Probably. If I know who you are, you're going to buy gold, you're going to buy land, or you're going to buy crypto. Because I'm the guy that has always said on this channel for 8 years, if I won the lottery, I'd buy crypto. I get it out
immediately. Immediately.
And I would put it in gold or crypto. That's what I do.
Yeah.
So when you're going to make more money each month than you need, you're going to allow it to compound. Oh, I only need $2,000 this month. Okay, good. I'm going to compound the other $6,000 of it for next month. Right? And we're going to come up with strategies on that, how to work it and how to play it and how to count on 5% monthly growth is powerful stuff. And that's where my mind was 20 years ago for a decade. Okay, if I can just learn how to trade successfully 51% of the time, just like casinos in Vegas, if I can just do that, I know how to money manage and I know how to compound and grow. I have a better tool than that even. So that's what I'm excited about.
Sweet.
And learning to not spend. Let's think about this, right? You've worked 20 years at wherever, okay? 30 years or even 10 years. And you get this 401k. And now, like, we know somebody who just got a deal from the pension. He exited early with the government, right? You know who I'm talking about. So he gets this money all the way up until, I don't know, this month or next. And all of a sudden he doesn't have any more money. Or he's got a 401k. And it's $50,000 or even $150,000. How long is $150,000 going to last somebody? Even if you're pinching pennies in today's world. What is that burden? Every week he's got to say, I got to find a job. I got to replace my income. I got to get money coming in. How am I going to do that? Well, if you give somebody a tool in which to put $50,000 in to replicate his income, you're teaching him how to fish.
Yeah.
Teaching them how to fish, the old cliche. And anyway, we were going to make the whole show about that, but it's where we're going. It's powerful stuff. Used correctly, it's life changing, and you can get your life back. That's what I'm excited about.
Nice. Yeah, me too. Me too. That's where I want to go with this thing.
Yeah, what do we got?
Crew, welcome in. We got Outdoor Boys in. We got David in. Frankie, Jason, always good to see you. Thank you for the additions, protagonist, to the chat. Some interesting news updates. Jason, I don't know really much about polymash and polymath. If you do, Dad, feel free to comment.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about it. I know what it is.
Also, yeah, I don't think Al's buying a yacht. I just don't. I think I could see us going in, Dad, on like a boat, like we talked about, like a Grand Banks. So we got parked somewhere on the coast, and we just kind of do the weekend hangout. Everybody come to the coast. We got the boat. Maybe we'll take it out for an hour. Maybe we won't. I could see that, but a yacht, like if you, if my father really makes it and just makes stupid money on all these different things, and as do I, and we get to that conversation where we're about to buy a yacht, I'm going to remind both of us of what you just said, Dad. And it's like, why wouldn't we put that into crypto and gold? Why wouldn't we buy the $50,000 fixer upper? Hey, I know after we've made millions of dollars, finally, the dream. Let's dump it all into a yacht that's just going to rot on the water. If you want to do that, and nobody knows that better than people who've worked on yachts.
Right.
I just overall want to be smarter than that.
I will say this.
They're cool.
Yeah, I will say this. There does come a financial time in one's life that a yacht makes sense.
Yes.
Okay. There is a time for it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're 65, 70, 75 years old and you're earning $1 million a day in interest and you're giving $1 million a day away to charity,
mm-hmm.
there comes a point when you say, you know what, I can have more fun or more private fun with the people I want to surround myself with on a yacht than I can in any other thing on the planet.
True.
There's nothing like that. Like even a private home, you have to bring food in and out. Like the yacht is like chefs are there. People are taking care of your every need. So in a financial world of somebody in that position, I don't know that I'll ever be at, but I'm not going to rule it out. But I will say that it makes sense when you're in those shoes. I will just say that.
Yes.
The fact that Elon doesn't have a yacht is almost sort of stupid to me. It's like,
it's a little odd.
It's not stupid. It's, and I know he's been on 100 yachts, so it's not like he doesn't know what the experience is like, but there's something private about him that is unbelievable. Yeah. It's a hotel wherever you want to put it. And talk about beachfront, skip beachfront. It's on the water. So anyway, Julie asked a question and I want to answer that one. Julie, Thursday night's shows are I'm going to say at least a portion of my shows going forward are going to discuss that pretty much every Thursday night, as it is an exit strategy. Okay. Just like MSTY is an exit strategy, just like whatever else that we've talked about, just like trusts are an exit strategy, just like infinite banking concepts. That's an exit strategy. This is in reverse. That's been the evolution of Thursday nights. Okay. I'm teaching you how, what I'm learning while I'm teaching you to become prudent with your money, but how to make money with money and how to keep more of it. You know, I am not a tax man. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just presenting opportunities to you that say, well, try this and see how that works, because I'm trying it and it's working. I'm that guy. And because of this platform and because of this type of person that Brent and I are, people come to me all the time with opportunities, with plans and observations. And, hey, I know this guy who knows a guy. And I will say 90% of them don't pan out, but the other 10% that do are absolutely brilliant. And I've learned a lot, and I'm continuing to learn, but it's fun. This show is way too much fun. I'm telling you guys right now.
Yeah. And
just the opportunity I've had this year. This year has been the big year for me. I don't know what your life's been like, but this year since January has just been, I mean, I know the market's not up all that much, but outside of the market, has just been amazing for this man and our family, and the tools we've learned about. So anyway, now I'm rambling. What do you got, Brent?
Best. I mean, I've had more fun before being productive and being, reaching my tentacles out to do more. But this has been the best year of putting the tentacles on the things that actually matter and improving the current state, and a little more diligence and focus into that. And man, it feels good. And it's like one of those cliches, where it's like, oh, you just be 1% better every day. Well, recently I've just been telling myself, Dad, is like, how about I just make a list, like one thing a day. Like, what's one thing a day that I'd really like to do more of in my life, add into my life? Let me bite off a 5% chunk of that thing, whatever that is. Go start going to the gym again and running again, because that building of the body, I learned at various points, is it leads to your mental health. And so that's why I was like, yeah, I need that. I'm going to bite into that. And I'm going to bite into, all these things that that we've talked about, a lot of what my dad's talked about. And like my dad and Simon did all these amazing videos, about like infinite banking. And it's like, do I really know all that I need to know to get started? And it's like, okay, let me bite that 5% chunk off to get started in it. And how much do I really need? And, I've been sitting around thinking about it, and it's like, this is my retirement policy. This is what I want to, that's how I looked at it and viewed it from all that content. It was like, that's what I want to do with it. But have I gotten started on it yet? And have I even figured out the numbers that I need? It's like, no, I haven't. So that's what I've been trying to work on the last couple of weeks. Just passed the first kind of mandatory real estate exam that I have to take to improve my career. My career is just really going awesome, and I'm with the right people. And so that life makes it really, really fun to potentially make more money and have more responsibility and our company gets things done in the state that I live in. You know, it's the process of getting things done. And that is important. And so to believe in what you're doing and to believe in what you're working on. And I think it's probably just as important to what can I give 5% less to, you know, it's try not to think in lack and try not to sit around and worry about it. It's just like, if you're already thinking about that, it's like, okay, dude, don't do it. You want to do it? That ain't you. You don't have to do it. Give that energy into something that's going to benefit you. And so this has been that year of that. I've never had better friends. I've never felt closer to so many people in here who I've become real friends with. And what's so cool about the opportunities that have come our way is that, you know, we're building partnerships and connections and like trying to bring in people like you guys. You know, it's like, I want somebody that I can hang with and somebody that I can talk to. If we got the stupidest money ever somehow, I want you guys on the yacht. You know, that's, I don't want to hang out on yachts with Elon and my old bosses. I don't. I don't. Like,
I hang with
want to hang out with you guys. Because we got everything to talk about. And it's like a great year, man. And I think the next coming year is going to be it's just going to be so fun and so crazy that I'm thankful that we're still doing this, Dad.
Yeah, me too.
Well, we're still some glue. Like you said a couple years back in Vegas, you know, I was like, dude, if I can just help somebody hold on. And you've been fighting the fight, I know, since you've been 12. Since I can remember, my dad's just tried to he's been fueled in that 5% that's always chewing at him is like, I got to keep the vision going forward. I got to try to build some sustainable income. I want to play more golf with my son. I want to help people. I want to see people help themselves.
That's the big one.
It's huge, man. This is huge for us, all of us.
And there are so many people in this group that I've met personally, and it's funny. I've talked to so many. I talk to other YouTube channels, and they're like, "Wow, man, are you kidding? You talk to these people on the phone?" It's like, yeah, I talked to them on the phone. What are you talking about? And they're like, "Well, dude, man, I don't have enough time and this and that." And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't either, but sometimes you got to make time." But the thing for me with this group that every time I say this, so boring. I replicate this story all the time, but every time I talk to one of you, you're all in the same boat. Y'all want to do the same thing. You want to do better for mankind. And we're going to be able to do that. And I've never been more sure of that than I am today. That's what this year's brought for me. Last year was a lot of uncertainty about, is crypto legal? Are they going to ban it? Choke point 2.0. I mean, the banks are closing people's accounts and they're stealing Signature Bank. The system stole Signature Bank, people, okay, for its technology, period. That's a fact. I was doing shows about it when it was happening, and now it's all coming out. Anyway, enough about that. There was so much uncertainty, you know, you're a crypto felon, you know, you're a criminal or whatever. And now there's so much like a brighter future. And here's one for you. This one hit me the other day. Can you remember, guys, when bad news was really bad for crypto? Now it's like bad news doesn't even affect crypto anymore. It's like bad news. Oh yeah, there's so many other good, positive, fundamental news is that we don't even bad news. Oh, that was bad news somewhere. Oh, whatever. It didn't affect anything. We're all good to go. It's such a part of the fabric of who the world is financially now that they can't stop it. But when I meet you all you all want to help people. And when you want to help people, you need funds to do so. You need your overhead covered. Okay. You've got to have that monthly income set solid. Boom. That way, when you make $5 million on your XRP, you can give $1 million of it away or something, whatever your plan is, or start a clinic or do some things. And like my brother Renegade in here, he and I sat up one evening and talked about what we'd like to do with extra money. And it involves helping people. But it's bigger than that. It's now we have the tools to help people who need help earn their own money. That's big. We've never had that before. It's always been, oh, we can give them $1 million. And when the $1 million is gone, then what? They don't know how to fish. What we're talking about doing over the next year to 2 years with this channel is teaching them how to fish. And I don't care if you have Down syndrome, you're going to be able to figure this out. Okay? Doesn't matter. Or somebody overseeing a home of underprivileged people or whatever. They're going to be able to finance this thing, and it's going to kick them money down every single month. And that is changing the way the future of man's going to live their lives. And that's big, 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 big. It's not just about you, hey, I'm going to Brent and Allen get to go play golf every day. No, it's not about just that. It's about empowering people for what's coming technologically. Because you're going to have to compete. You're going to, unless you're a tradesman like Solar Sam and what do we got? I know a bunch of these people in here. That was one I hadn't seen in a while. Is coming back in.
Sammy, what's up, bro?
Outdoor boys. These guys are tradesmen that the people need. People need. These are robots aren't going to replace their job anytime soon. Yeah.
And what I'm seeing in the group, Dad, is it's like as soon as you have the ability to do it, the people in our group do it. Whether it's their time or their money or their intellect, or in my case, towards you guys when I'm talking to you about it. I was just talking to Cody about one. It's like, what questions can I ask? Because I have like a base knowledge of something. And it's like, I don't need to sit here and tell him my opinion on it because I still need all the facts and all that. What are the best questions that I can ask to get him asking the right questions and to get him thinking about it? And at the end of all of it, to feel supported. It's like, I don't care what any of you want to do. Like, can I, if you're passionate about it and you want to do it, call me. I'll ask you the questions. It's so funny. I got the whole.
You started a point I want to make. You started. These people are doers. That's how you got into crypto. You heard the concept that resonated with you and you did it. Most people aren't you. You're the people who can see a vision, make sense to you, and you have the knowledge, you have enough knowledge to say, well, that's where the puck is headed. I'm going there and I'll do it. You didn't sit on your laptop and go, well, let me debate it in this chat group for 3 more years. You might have done that too, but you did it and you bought crypto and you bought the future and you're doers. And that was a great point, Brent. That's who these people are.
Yeah, and like Sam, what Sam's already helped me and people I know with that. I want to be Sam. Like, I know now, it's like, I know when I have the right opportunities and I have the right time and I can kind of assist here and there. I want to be Sam. Period.
He's a good dude.
I mean,
No,
and
you
he's a
don't.
sweetheart,
You
and I always just want to be a sweetheart too. You know, I don't.
You want to be all of these people. I'm telling you, I've met virtually all of them in the chat right now. You want to be all these people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were talking before the chat today, and we both kind of agreed on, you know, none of us are supposed to be the same. That's not what the world, like, you go look outside right now, your window, and see any one thing that looks alike, that's identical. It's not how nature is. There's differences, there's changes in patterns, there's constant different states of flow and energy. There's every one of us there, like, there's not a single one of us that have all the same opinions on things, those hard set opinions that were like, well, this is just who I am, and this is what makes me a moral person. This is, even those things are different. And so on all of that, what we were just talking about, you know, it's like, yeah, I have a lot to gain as a person from my friends and my family in our group. And it's, to get to know all of you has been a pleasure. I think it's, tell me if I'm wrong, Dad, but I think it's really the real reason to do January, like to do our own event. It's not a knocking of anybody else, of like the Vegas show or the different meetups. Those are awesome. It's so cool that people put these things on. Yeah. But there's a certain different flavor that our group, as different as we all are, we are all kind of that common denominator same, and that we're kind of, there's that humanitarian spirit, and which is something that my dad and I tried to instill and encourage since the very first videos we ever did, because that's the coolest part of it to us. Yeah. It's like, dude, you have the means, or you have the ability, or you've done something and you know it works. Why wouldn't you share that? And the business and government and kind of the selfish things of the world, they don't share it. They just try to profiteer on it. And in some cases, in a very negative way. And if we can be the difference in the other direction, I think that's how you become the light. That's how you become the real doers and the real helpers to the world, not just for people, but for everything.
I want to address this statement right here.
User unknown. Okay,
I think I understand what you mean by this. But, and I'm not taking it offensively at all. I mean, it's really difficult to offend me anyway. But what I'm saying, what I think I hear you saying here is that waffling can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you what I'm not waffling about any longer. Crypto is an avenue of what this channel is about: health, wealth, and happiness. Okay. Health is kind of up to you. Wealth and happiness has been the focus here. How do I make the poor man financially stable? That's this channel's job. That's been my quest, if you will, since day one on this job. And I thought, well, it was just buy a bunch of XRP and get rich. Nope. Turns out it's a lot more complex than that, because, you know, we didn't buy a lottery ticket yet anyway. So waffling can mean that over the last few years, I've been listening to you guys and you haven't really come to any conclusions. Possibly. That's because I've been doing what's called background detailed research. And I'm not going to promote a product unless it's near perfect.
Yeah.
Brent and I talk about this all the time. We are not going down like all those channels that promoted, you know, scam bank man.
Yeah.
You got to do the diligence. Does that mean I'm going to get you into a product late? Probably. But I'm going to get you into something secure. And waffling isn't going to, starting Thursday night, you will not see waffling any longer. I'm telling you, I'm going not all in, but I'm in deep on this product that we're about to introduce to you all Thursday night. Is it life-changing? We don't know that yet because our lives haven't changed by it. It's changed a lot of other people's lives. So the waffling, I think I've come to some conclusions, and I think you're absolutely correct. That's a proper statement about who we are. We have waffled. We have. Yeah. Well, except for.
Well, and inside the videos too, Dad, a lot. Yeah. We change gears all the time.
But you have to.
Yeah. The shows that don't, this is something we also discussed 4 years ago. The shows that don't, you burn out in a couple years. You end up doing their Patreon and you do their thing and you want to kind of meet up with them and you do it, but it's the same preachy little speech each time. And it's, I mean, you all can see how different my dad and I are, as similar as we are, and as great a hang as we both are. Like, my task in this has been to help my dad on his quest. I'm not the brilliant market guy and the dreamer of trying to create these big, financial things for us that we can all work out and use. A lot of that has been just me trying to support. And then who am I as a person? It's like, dude, who on here who knows me, who's talked to me, would not call me a great friend or a listener or somebody who cares? All of them. Just ask any of them, because that's what I'm trying to give out every single minute of every single day. That's the happiness part. That's what I have to bring. I gotta help glue it. I gotta help glue this community together with my dad. I think that's the only part of it that I'm good at. And on the waffling thing, Dad, I keep this on my work desk because it's a reminder. It's a reminder to never become him. Just the questions I asked you yesterday, Dad. We just don't want to become him. We're not. No, we're never going to do that. Right? Okay, good.
Yeah.
That was a cool comment, man. I love that.
I know. I love those. I've got to answer. He's got another question here.
Oh dear.
I started hearing this last night. People are thinking the market's going to drop when they cut interest rates. Maybe. Only because it's kind of gone up a little bit since it's pretty obvious that they're going to cut. So it's, the whole sell the news thing. But I will tell you that cutting interest rates, let me tell you what cutting interest rates means. All right. And I said this on Sunday's show, and I'm going to repeat myself. It's very important for you to understand what I'm about to say on this show. There's $7.3 trillion locked up in old folks who have bought treasuries at 4.25. If he drops it a quarter, 25 basis points, we'll be at 4 maximum. Okay, depend on the bank, depend on the institution, depend on the market maker. But all paper going forward from this day forward will be less than 4. So when you start telling somebody that you got to lock up $500,000 or $1 million to get less than 4%, they're going to go, yeah, that deal's over. Now what's the new deal? What's the new deal? Okay. Now, I know many people in this chat right here, they don't care much for Mr. Michael Saylor. But I will remind everybody, he sold a more secure product than a treasury. I know that's hard to believe. And he sold out in 10 minutes because it paid 8%. That's what's coming, folks. And when you understand that, when you understand what DeFi does, when you understand the DEXs, what all that means to the future of making money with stablecoins and all the rest of it, those old folks with that 7.3 are very ultra conservative. And all you need to do is match an ultra conservative product that don't tell them it's crypto, and the likes of BlackRock, Fidelity, all the above are going to create these products that are going to pay them 5 to 7 to 10% a month, or not a month, a year. And the old folks are going to come rushing right in because they're going to, oh my God, I was only getting 3.9. Now look, I'm getting 5. I'm getting better than it was when Jay Powell had the damn rates through the roof. So you're going to get lower lending, cheap money, and you're going to get higher returns for a more secured product. Don't tell them it's crypto. Crypto. And what do you think is going to happen to that market? I'm just asking, what do you think is going to happen to crypto? You think it's going to go down? Oh, sure. Maybe in an hour chart, maybe in a daily chart. Maybe it might go down for 2 or 3 days. But when you're listening to people talk about the market's down today and it's down 5%, you're listening to pie in the sky. You're listening to sky is falling guy. In the long-term picture, the capital of the world is not going to the U.S. Treasury bonds unless they're buying it through stablecoins. They're not going to do that. China figured that out. Russia figured that out. Everybody figured that out. Even the big capital players are figuring that out. So they're not selling that product to the public anymore. They're going to package it up into a crypto product or a stablecoin product, and they're going to sell it to them all over again. And they're not going to know they're buying crypto. And that's $7 trillion coming to us. That's what's happening. So do I think it's going down? No. Yeah. Right. That's it. We're looking at $5 trillion before the end of the year. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll send you guys the document.
What's that?
I'll send you guys the documents. I'll send you evidence. Send me some proof. It's coming.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody's coming.
And let's talk about what I've been talking about this for 2 months. Wall Street invests their money from the second week of September to the middle of November. That's when they allocate what they're going to do for the first quarter of next year and what's the hot ticket to really make a nice punch right before Christmas, because I've got to sell it for tax reasons at the end of the year. I've been talking about that for 2 months on this channel. Those 2 points add up to, they're buying. They're buying something, right? And they're getting their feet a lot more comfortable on crypto every single year, every year. And the new home run was Ethereum last month. And the next new home run could be an ETF coming near you called XRP or Solana. That could be the new home run. Hey, let's get into that thing. Hey, let's pump that thing. Oh, here we go. At XRP, everybody knows a bank of coin. Oh, okay, they got 900 employees. They're Silicon Valley. They can sit on Bloomberg and chat about that for 20, 30 minutes about what a great idea. Let's pump that. They're going to pump that ETF for 2 weeks, maybe a month. I know you better get out. Well, long term, you don't have to get out. But short term, that's what they're going to do. And look exactly what they did on Bloomberg with Ethereum a month ago. It even outsold Bitcoin the last few weeks. ETFs. Now Bitcoin's coming back, but it's a different story. At least Ethereum's holding its gains, which is really big.
A lot of Bitcoin got bought this week. A lot of Bitcoin.
Was it 5 billion or something?
Wells Fargo went like all in. It was huge.
Yeah, a lot of Bitcoin being bought. And a lot of institutional money buying XRP, folks. Let me talk about that for a minute. When you're new, when the price is 50 cents, it takes a lot more money, less money to move it. When it's $3, it takes a lot more money to move it, right? That's just math. It takes 6 times more money to move it. But when it moves the way it has in the last couple of days, I don't know, I guess it's been whatever it's been, 12, 15% the last few days. Again, that's short term, guys. That tells you it's relevant. That tells you it has a future. And that tells you that institutions want that product. How do I know that? Because I happen to know the public is broke. The public doesn't have any cheap money coming from the bank. We know that. Interest rates are too high still. They don't get cheap loans right now. They don't get fun money. They don't get the monopoly stuff just to slosh around and play around with right now. So who bought XRP in the last week? Institutions. Who's going to pile up before the end of the year? Institutions. Who bought it back last October, November, December, January when it went up 6 times? Institutions bought it because they knew its future and its relevancy. And towards the end, it got a big push by some crypto people that are like, oh man, I don't have any XRP. Why don't I have any of that? What was I thinking? Of course, you got to have the top 3, 4 coins. I've got to own it. That's still yet to come. The public, this is why, and I'm sorry, Claire, I know she keeps asking me this question. Why Alan, do you think it's going to, do the 4-year cycle thing? Yes, to some degree, I believe it's going to do the 4-year business cycle. But that's always been about Bitcoin. That's really been about they mine half as much. That's simple math. I mean, if you got half as many, it's going to make the price go up more. I mean, it's just scarcity. That's just what it is. However, if you look at what the spot ETFs are buying in Bitcoin every single day, it's way more than is being mined every day. So it's coming from somewhere, right? You're like, wow, they're buying it over the counter. They're buying it from people that are willing to sell it at 116, right? Where you and I aren't. We're long-term. We're hodlers, okay? But people are buying and selling, and that's that fluid little market at the top. But what's about to happen that they don't want to do in May, go away in May, right? They don't want to do it then. They want to do it now. What do we know? What do we know? Oh, we know that liquidity is coming to the market because we know what Jay Powell's about to do. He doesn't have a choice. He's been caught out as being a political pundit, period. There's no other way to explain this. We were at Brent's house. I can't believe that was a year ago, Brent.
I can't either.
We were at Brent's house in his living room or in his kitchen, and we were all having a discussion about, are they going to raise it 25 basis points or 50? And my political hat was saying, nope, they're going to raise it 50 because they need to get him elected. There was no financial reason for them to go 50 basis points. None. They did it purely for political reasons right before the election. They did it in September. And then now they haven't done a drop since then because, oh, the numbers aren't good enough. The numbers aren't right. The numbers aren't right. When the last 6 months, the numbers have been way more important to drop rates than they were back in September. You've been called out, Jay Powell. You're a fraud. and you are political, and there's no question about it. And the entire Federal Reserve is being called out as we speak. That's why these people are falling like rocks. They're retiring, they're quitting, they're leaving, they're getting canned from the frauds in which they are. Why do we have over 20,000 employees to determine what an interest rate is? Highly paid employees. And I don't even know what $1 billion marble floored building for what? We don't need their ignorance. Let the free market figure the price of an interest rate. Real simple. Just let capitalism happen once. Just let it happen and see what happens. I'm telling you, the world would get rich. The top wouldn't get rich anymore. The world would get rich. That's what would happen, because competition and capitalism would make interest rates go lower and lower and lower and lower and lower and lower and lower. But there would be more and more of it spread to the bottom. You and I can't even get a loan. Think about that. You can't get a business loan without paying through the nose. It's absurd. Every little entrepreneur in the world should be able to get a loan for virtually nothing. And in fact, I've said this for decades. Now I'm really rambling. I've said this for years. Your interest rate should be predicated on your ability to pay it back in reverse. In other words, you're broke, you shouldn't pay any interest rate. You're wealthy, you should pay a high interest rate. In a real system, that's how it would work.
Mm-hmm.
That only makes sense.
Does.
But who gets loans? People that don't need them. That's who gets loans.
Mm-hmm.
People that really need them can't get them. Gee, I wonder if the guys at the top are trying to keep the bottom poor. Clearly.
And when everybody could get them, I hope you read all the fine print, because those are the ones that you didn't want. Those are the ones that it's. I don't want to be a lemming anymore in my life, guys.
No. I'm all messed up here today. There it is.
There it is.
Magnolia Loom. Brilliant stuff.
They are cool shirts.
We're coming for you with these shirts.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to get with their art department. I've got to make an XRP shirt, and I've got to make some crypto shirts. I've got some awesome XRP ideas. Awesome.
Nice.
Thanks, Teresa. Yeah.
I got one shirt idea for the show, Dad. We got to discuss.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
I got a book full of them.
We need a little swag for the crew. We need some swag, man.
We do.
Don't buy anything from our store, everybody. Do not buy hats, t-shirts. I ordered decals of our logo for the Vegas show. I just got them. I just got those just now. This week.
Oh, you mean last year's show? Oh, we thought you meant next year.
6 weeks late. What? 2 months late? Yeah. Do not order from them. We will figure out something else.
Frankie, we're going to fix that on this show.
Mm-hmm.
I can't fix it for everybody, but those who are willing to jump when you're feeling froggy, if you will, there's going to be avenues in which to do that. And they're going to evolve. They're not going to just stay one product. They're going to, hey, you should be doing this. And here's a backup plan. And here's a third backup plan. And then maybe once you start making enough money, you need a trust or an LLC. And that's a backup plan. And then you need an infinite banking system to where you can get your life insurance correct. And then you can become your own bank for your own family, for your own business, for your own generations to come. you'll never need a bank again. Think about that. Those are all the things this channel's been working on in the background for years now. And we're there. We're ready to launch all of that so that, in my opinion, it was a hard, I know I'm going to say something here that I haven't talked to Brent about. It was a hard day for your father, son, when you went back to work. It almost felt,
it was a hard day for you.
Yeah, I know. But it almost felt like a slap in the face. I'm so glad that you love your job.
Mm-hmm.
But it's spelled J-O-B, you know,
Yeah.
it's still a job.
Yeah.
And it's like, I thought that I would be further along in life than I am today. And I thought that I could save more people around me and I could help them in a better way than I've been able to. And that hurts at times. It's really bothering me at times, but I know that we're really close, and I know we have the products now, and we're so close to helping a lot of people. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to look back 6 months from now, and we're going to go, wow, crypto was big, but what we're working on as far as a monthly income and helping people in that way is going to blow people's minds. I really believe it.
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah. Here we go.
Well, yeah, it's like full disclosure. Dad and I are still working on all of it. You know, and I know, and Dad, I know you're looking out for me on it, and I appreciate it. You know, it's good. It's like I was telling you the last couple of days, like those are the kinds of things like, I mean, I miss just sitting around talking to my dad on the porch about everything. I miss those days. You and I got very busy. That's the kind of sad part of the job, I feel like. But I'm excited to work on these things with you, because then I'll be more of a doer in it as well, and then I can really share it. And whatever I end up doing on the channel and in the future and all that, I want to connect with all of you. Frankie, you're one of the ones that, I'm so happy that you're in here, and the way you speak, and we got to connect. We got to connect. All of you really, and not to single anybody out. My brother Jason, you're speaking the Kings today. It's like, going forward, how can I learn these things and do these things so that I can be more helpful offering it. And it's cool to see you build into that, Dad, and to really to say yes and to like go with it and accept the opportunities and still be cautious. I don't ask you questions to doubt you. It's to keep you steady and for you to stay smart, man, because you've really made a great opportunity for us in all this.
My two biggest supporters are both my biggest critics, which is my wife and my son. And you both keep me honest. And, Elizabeth, in her own way, she's, being an analytical mind, she keeps, like, well, wait a minute, what about this and this and that? And, you're exposed legally here and this and that. And she really has our back in so many different ways in that way. And then you on more of like, hey, Dad, these are our family now. Like, are you sure? These are our family. Dad, I don't want you to upset one person. And so, like, between the two of you, you really got everybody's back. And as you both probably already know, knowing me as well as you guys do, I can get off the reservation and just go crazy, and I tend to do that at times. But I've been pretty cautious, and I've been trying to build this channel into changing people's lifestyles. And that's key, because I'm the biggest student. I want my life to change. I have a good life. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I do. I have a great life and I love what I'm doing. But I honestly think that all mankind needs to just screw off a whole lot more than they are. And I think AI is going to help us do that. And I just really believe you deserve more time off, less worry, and between insurance and bills and payments and all the rest of it, it's just like you're under the gun. Somebody's got a boot on your neck all day. And if I could just take that off somebody's neck, just one person, one family, this channel has been a success.
Yep.
It just is. And that's how I always looked at it. And yeah.
This channel you all will have inspired me enough to pull it off in my life for sure. I'm 39. Like I'm pulling this off. Especially with your help, Dad. And I'm just like how you complimented us. It's like Seal said, you got to be a little crazy. You got to be a little crazy.
Just a little.
Yep. It's a good thing.
Yeah. We got a celebrity in the house.
Oh yeah. What's up, bro?
Zips Tips. I missed him. I didn't get to see him and his lovely wife when I was in northern Florida. That would have been cool. But anyway, I'll see him in January. Hey, Brent, since I hit everybody with this and I hit Mr. Rob Cunningham with this question, what is it you would most like to have or come away from the January show if you were just somebody going to the show? I know it's kind of a heavy question, but
that is who I'm going to try to be there. Just somebody going to the show.
Yeah.
Crew member. Genuine crew member right here. I got a funny head.
Good.
I want to, like, I was just kind of reaching out, to the chat today. I said it a few times, but I want to get people's phone numbers and let them know that they can contact me. Because I'm constantly working on a bunch of different little stuff, but I think it's all the stuff that everybody's working on, right? And I'm in that point in my life where it's like, I want to do better. Who I really want to be is to be, help people, feel good about themselves and be inspired. And, I think it's just a love thing. Like, I just want to be loved. If I could have anything, I would just want to be loved and not feel dismissed. When I talk, it's because I want to share something most of the time positive with people. And I, even more in my life, try to keep it open-minded. And so to make friends and connections and if I can listen to you or inspire you, but that's the thing about a friendship is it goes both ways. And like, yeah, I'll start crying thinking about the friends I have already through this. I try to talk to Cody every week. I finally got to meet Cody's family. He's in here today. They're coming out, it sounds like next week, for another visit. They're from the Valley, so of course they love the coast. And that's a lot of our like tourism is all the Central California. They all like come out to the coast, which is cool because I get to see my friends now. And that connection from Al and Elizabeth driving all over the United States and making more of these connections and giving away puppies to you guys, that builds the family. I'm there to build the family. I don't care what we're doing. Is it finance? You want to talk about finances? You want to talk about life? you want to talk about whatever it is, I'll go there with you.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing. Be loving and have deep conversations with people. So that's what I would like to take away is I was rested and energized, and I gave the most time and attention that I could to everybody.
Yeah.
Good question.
Claire, sorted, at peace, a full plan. I don't know about a full plan, but yeah, more pieces to the plan. Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to learn a lot between now and January. I could tell you that right now. We're going to be rolling by January. Rolling. Yeah. I know a lot of people that have done quite well with MSTY actually in this group. And that's one avenue. We're going to be in a whole different ballpark than MSTY, by the way, guys. So I think you guys are really going to appreciate where we're headed with this.
These comments.
I just realized that was a chicken knocking at the threshold of the door, driving me crazy over there. Pecking on the day. I got to get rolling, actually, B-Man. I got a deck to build today.
Yeah, I'm going to go help my friend finish building his shed today.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
We're playing carpenter today, are we?
We are. Sounds like us, doesn't it?
I wear a few hats.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited about January's show, and I have an idea. The idea I had for the show has evolved, as all things do. All good things evolve, for sure. But the ideas that I had are different than they are now. But the ideas that I have going forward are life-changing in a lot of ways. But the communication and the friendships are really what you're going to walk away this show with. Mm-hmm. You're gonna feel like, okay, everybody in that building, we need to book a cruise ship like immediately. we need to do that. And I'm thinking the price is going to be in a better place than it is today by then. I'm pretty sure of that, but can't be sure of that. But if I were a betting man, I certainly would. It's very hard for me to put into words what it means when you meet in a room with all of the people that are like-minded and they appreciate you and you appreciate them and they appreciate each other. It doesn't have anything to do with the YouTube channel. It has everything to do with the fact that you're part of this group, this community. And it's a vibrational thing. It's bigger than just, oh, hi, I'm Bob the carpenter from, California. No, it's not that. It's bigger than that. It's like nobody really cares what you do for a living. We already know who you are because you're in this building. You're an XRP guy. We already know all that. We don't need to know the rest of that job description persona that you put on Monday morning. We want to know, what are you going to do with the wealth? What are you going to do? What are you going to do for your brothers and sisters? Who are you going to become? This is going to allow you to do a lot of the things you've been dreaming about doing in your lifetime. Now you have a network of people to help you achieve that. There's going to be people in that building that are so much like you. This is going to blow your mind. This is going to be, oh, wow. Wow, I've never been in a room this big with that many people with the same objective. Never. And as much as Vegas is that to some degree, Vegas is more of a business structure. That's a corporate business structure feel to it. This is more of we're a network. We're a group. We're a powerful group of 500 people that basically I can use, and they can use me. Yeah, that's what I in so many different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Northern, we are going to do that. Yes, Renegade. Love it, brother. I got to roll, B-man.
All right, my brothers and sisters. Thank you so much for spending the time and being with us and us growing it together. Let's do this thing. Man, we still got a really epic year coming here. It's only September 14th.
Yeah.
My goodness. This is it. Don't get scared now.
No, it's going to be too much fun. Yeah. Crypto Bob. Always a pleasure. Thanks, Bob.
Thanks, Bob.
Oh, man. Signing off's always the worst part for me.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? Yeah. I'd like to go on for days here, but I got to get after it.
Yeah. Yeah, I do too. Much love, everybody. Please and thank you. Prayers for Becky's family. Sean came out with a really interesting, cool article today on X. Sean is at the Baron of Beach Street. Beach is in Baach. Go read that article. If you're an XRP geek, go read that, man. Really cool breakdown. And just trying to shed more light on who's who in the big picture. It was interesting. So check out the Baron of Beach Street. Thank you all so much. Whiplash, Jeremiah, Bobby G, Cisco Kid. It was a yerba mate today. Becky, much love and prayers for you and your family this week. Just hope everything goes great. And happy, healthy baby. That's what I want this week. That's all I want this week. Happy, healthy mom, happy, healthy baby.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. That's all we need.
Stay awesome,
more babies.